Feels good to film this in New York, I'm not gonna lie. It does, it feels great to film this in New York. I've lived here for 10 years now. You know. Yeah, that's when they say you become a real New Yorker after you lived here for 10 years. I don't think that's why I'm a real New Yorker. I think what's making me a real New Yorker is the fact that somebody smoked crack in my face the other day. It was partially my fault. I was standing outside. That's where all the crackheads are. Right? Because I was just standing on the train platform. I was just waiting for the train to come. And as I was standing there, this guy walked up. And as soon as he opened his mouth, I was like, uh-oh. He ain't one of us. That's a daywalker. All right. You know, crackheads, they don't say a lot. But what they do say, they say a bunch. Crackheads will hold you hostage with one phrase. This guy walked up to me, he looked at me, he said, God bless you, brother, God bless you, God bless you, take all these blessings from me, brother, God bless you, be blessed, brother, God bless you every day of your life, brother, God bless you, you're gonna be blessed, God bless you so much, God bless you every day of your life, brother, you're gonna be blessed by me and God, brother, God bless you every day of your life, God bless you so much. And I was like, wow, I'm getting a lot of blessings. All right. And then the train came, and I got on the train, and the crackhead got on the train too, and I was like, nigga, where are you going? You a crackhead, you was already home. I sat down in my seat. This dude sat directly across from me. He held eye contact the entire way. He just kept going, God bless you, brother, God bless you every day of your life, brother, God bless you. You're gonna take all these blessings from me, brother, God bless you, be blessed by God, brother, take all these blessings from me, brother, you're gonna be blessed by God and me, brother, God bless you every day of your life. And I was like, man, this guy is generous. And then in the middle of his sermon, he just pulled out a crack pipe. Which is pretty on brand. And I tell you what I learned, crack works immediately. Dog, there is no download time on crack at all. That shit is 5G instant speeds. So he took one puff, he was like, and I was like, yo! I ran, dude. I ran like a bitch. There was just this big Looney Tunes dust cloud behind me full of fists and trombones and accordions. And I ran into the next car, and they must have seen what happened because they held the door open for me. That don't happen here. You know, and this one dude grabbed onto me. He said, get in here. He said, sir, are you okay? And I was like, God bless you, brother. God bless you. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'm not gonna lie, it felt nice to be helped in that moment. You know, because everybody thinks New Yorkers are mean. New Yorkers are not mean people. New Yorkers are kind. They're just not nice. You know, there's a difference. Like sometimes after my shows, I'll go get like a slice of pizza, right? Like I do that about 2-3 times a week. Last time I went into this pizza restaurant, I walked up there, I ordered one slice of pepperoni, and I'm going to pay, and as I'm about to check out, I realized it's a cash-only spot, and I didn't have any cash at the time because it's 2025. You know, so I felt a little embarrassed about it, and I told the guy, I was like, hey man, listen, between you and me, I don't have any cash, so just do me a favor, take the pizza out of the oven, put it back in the glass. All right. And this lady behind me must have seen my dilemma because she came up and she was real polite, real quiet, so discreet. I mean, you almost couldn't even hear her. She was like, you ain't got no money? I was like, no, miss, I don't have any cash because it's 2025. And she's like, it's okay, young man, I got you. I got cash, so I'll pay for your pizza and I'll pay for mine. It's on me today. I got us. And I was like, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's really nice of you. And you know, I'm originally from the South, so I started making a little chit chat. I was just like, so do you live in this neighborhood? She goes, mind your business. I was like, you're right. I'm sorry, dog. That's on me. I was asking way too many questions. Where do you live? You know? That's pretty much New Yorkers in a nutshell. Like, we'll help you carry a baby stroller up the subway steps, but that's just because we want you to fucking move. Like, we don't want anything to do with your ugly ass baby, though. Like, why'd you bring an open-faced baby on the subway? What's wrong with you? A crackhead is gonna bless that baby. That's how you make new crackheads. I'm always impressed by people that have kids in this city. You know, really, I'm impressed by people that have kids anywhere in this economy on this earth. You know, having a baby is a status symbol. You know, I see you with a baby, I'll be like, all right, pockets. Doing all right. No, I don't care about the Mercedes. You got an Alexander. That's pretty dope. That's crazy. That's great. That's how I judge people now. That's how I judge where people are in life financially. You know, like it's gotten to the point where I don't even really talk to women that don't have children. You know? I'd be like, girl, you ain't got no kids? Ooh, poor. You broke as hell. You doing bad. You can't make copies of yourself. What's wrong with you? Nah, I don't have any either. I'm poor too. I don't have any kids. But I am at that age, though, where all my friends are starting to have kids on purpose. That's a new chapter in your life when your friends start to have kids on purpose, because you got to switch up how you react to the news. You can't react the same way you did in your 20s. I've made that mistake. Straight up, one of my homegirls called me the other day. She was like, guess what, Jordan? I was like, what's up, girl? She was like, I'm expecting. And I was like, ooh. You need a ride? Or like, what? She was like, a ride? No, I'm keeping it. I was like, oh, we're keeping them now. Okay, sir. Thought you were going to get another punch on your card, you know? Just like, well, you were like 2 away from a free smoothie, so. Oh, no, not abortion jokes at the comedy show. Ooh. Here's another one. Now, I personally have had a pregnancy scare before. One time I had this pregnancy scare because I hooked up with this girl in Texas, which is not the place to have a pregnancy scare. Right? And we came to a mutual agreement. We decided to take care of it. And, you know, I had to fly her out across state lines. And she got mad at me because I flew her out on Spirit. She was like, how you gonna fly me out on Spirit? I was like, because that's what the baby's gonna be. Woo, okay. No. Do we all need to take a moment to compose ourselves after this? That's what's going on? No. I don't have any kids, but like I said, a lot of my friends are having kids now. A lot of my friends are having kids. They're new parents. New parents are excited. New parents got to shut the fuck up sometimes. You know, because they try to get you to be a new parent too, and it's like, it's not a kickball league, bro. You know, this is a real life commitment, you know. Like I was talking to my homie the other day, my friend, he's a proud father. We were talking about parenthood and everything, and he was like, you should be a dad, Jordan. I was like, nah, bro. He's like, why not? I was like, it's not the right time for me. He's like, I'm be honest, Jordan, there's never a right time to have a kid. I was like, nah, nigga, Wells Fargo told me now it's not the right time to have a kid. They're pretty upset I got a Netflix and a Hulu account. They don't like that at all. I'm not doing it right now, bro. I'm being a responsible adult. I'm just pulling out, you know. I pull out, bro. I got a strong core and good timing. Straight up. That's why I be in the gym doing leg raises, you know. It has nothing to do with being hot. It's about freedom, you know. That's all it takes, right there. Just that one little pelvic tilt away. You know, pulling out is underrated, honestly. It's not number one. It's a close second. I mean, I'd love to leave it in, but I can't afford it, you know. It's fucking, you know. Pulling out's great, though. But that's all it takes, fellas. That's it. Right? Baby, freedom. Daycare, Tulum. I pull out. I'm liberal, but my dick is Republican. You know, it leans a little to the right, and every time it lets off a mass shooting, I'm like, oh, thoughts and prayers. Let's. I'm trying to work my way up, though. You know, I'm trying to work my way up to that financial status to be a kid owner. You know. I can't do it right now. I can't own a kid right now. So if I owned a kid right now, we'd be stressed collectively. You know, because I know I'd have to have an extra job, and then the baby's going to have to drive for Uber. It's got to come home at 3 o'clock in the morning, speaking Arabic. It's like, who you been on the phone with all night, dog? Who are they always on the phone with? Like, who are all the Uber drivers talking to, bro? Who? Every car? Am I crazy? Every car? Day or night, sun or moon? Please sit down, buckle up. And then they lean and get quiet. Sometimes I rip their AirPod out. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Who are you talking to? What are the plans, Hamed? No. You know what it is? I'm afraid to have that first kid. That's what it is. That first kid is always a little fucked up. You know, being the firstborn sucks because you're raised by people that don't have kids. You ever think about that? You know, nobody wants to go on a pilot's first flight, right? And you gotta have two. You can't just have one kid. You know, you ever hang out with an only child? Right? They order nachos. You're like, let me get one. They're like, these are my nachos. Jesus. Good Lord, Kevin. Just pretend I'm one of your imaginary friends and share. Jesus. You know? You gotta have at least two. When you have two, one's gonna be dealing with trauma their entire lives, and then there's gonna be the youngest, you know. I'll let you guess which one I am. You know, my brother works a 9 to 5. I travel the country looking for validation for strangers, so I'm a little fucked up. You know, my parents were strict on me as the firstborn, you know, and, you know, that's just how they are. When you're the firstborn, your parents are really strict on you. You know, my parents didn't let me do shit, dude. Like, I couldn't celebrate Halloween growing up, you know, because my parents are from the South. My parents are black, Southern Christian people, and black people just don't fuck with witchcraft, dog. We don't fuck with witchcraft. I mean, you do a magic trick good enough, a black person will relocate states. You know, every year at the meeting, we get together and take a vote on shit we don't fuck with. And witchcraft is always number one. It's witchcraft, camping, medium rare steaks. That's what you know. I ain't gonna lie, I think as a black person, I might be more afraid of witchcraft than I am the police. Straight up. The only thing that'd be more terrifying is a cop on a broom. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't like the police at all. You know, I don't like them at all. You know, I'm still scared. But you know, like I've got cousins that have gone to jail. You know, my cousin Mike went to jail, and you know, he came out all right. You know, did a lot for him, honestly. When he got out, I was like, damn, cousin Mike, you look good. You know? You got a 6-pack now. You Muslim. You got a boyfriend that loves and takes care of you. You're doing all right. Like, you went in a felon. You came out a bad bitch. That's all right. That's a glow up, my boy. No, my parents wouldn't let me do Halloween. Instead of doing Halloween, we used to do this thing called Hallelujah Fest. Yeah, Hallelujah Fest is when you go to church on Halloween night and learn about Jesus while all the other kids have a happy childhood. You know. And my parents were so adamant about it, they wouldn't even let me dress up, for real. Like, one year I asked my mom, I was like, come on, Mom, at least let me put on a costume for Hallelujah Fest. And she was like, no, you ain't gonna wear no costume because, you know, if you dress up, that's still kind of like you participating in Halloween. You ain't gonna be like them other kids that doing that devil shit. So no, you're not wearing a costume because we're Christians and we don't dress up as Christians. And I was like, all right, I hear you. But, you know, you said we're Christians, right? Like, we go to a black Christian church. Our pastor wears a purple suit. You know. I can't be Batman for one night, but this nigga gets to be the Hamburglar every Sunday? Like this. You know. All right. And then at the end of Hallelujah Fest, they wouldn't even hand us out candy. Instead, they hand us out pocket-sized Bibles and apples. Where I was like, is anybody reading this fucking book? Apples are what got us into this bullshit in the first place. Like, it's not like Eve was eating fun-sized Snickers in the Garden of Eden. She was butt naked tripping on Molly with her pussy out like, guess what I found, Adam? You gonna take a bite of this forbidden fruit or what? Eat it. Stop being a bitch. That's why I was always so big on Christmas, you know. My parents never let me down on Christmas, for real. They never disappointed me. I remember one year I wanted this green Power Ranger action figure, right? You could squeeze his legs and his head would flip. You know, it was unmasked and then it had the mask on. And I ran downstairs that year, you know, looked under the tree, opened up all my presents, and the last present was the green Power Ranger action figure. And I was like, man, Christmas is the shit, you know. Ain't nobody beating Christmas. This is the #1 holiday, clearly. And then about like 15 years later, I was in college, and I went to this Halloween party. Somebody as a Pink Ranger gave me a hand job. And I was like, nah, this is the best holiday right here. Like, this is... I was like, it's morphin' time, bro. Parents were strict, dog. No Halloween. I also wasn't allowed to listen to rap music growing up. That's really hard when you're the only black kid that can't listen to rap music, you know. I was like, come on, y'all. I can't get out-rapped by Connor, Jason, and Timmy. You know? Because when I was 13, the biggest rapper at the time, it was 50 Cent, right? Now, 50 Cent has just dropped his first album, Get Rich or Die Trying. It's this big cultural moment. It changed hip-hop forever. The whole marketing campaign was, hey, I've been shot 9 times. Get this album, because I've been shot 9 times. Right? So, you know, and all the kids were rapping it. Everybody in my hallways was going around rapping 21 Questions, and in the club, you know, kids, I put a hole in a nigga for fucking with me. I'm like, what you know about that, Connor? You live in a cul-de-sac, you know? You a car rider. Your mama pack your lunch. You know? All right? So I ran home to my dad. I was like, come on, man, I can't be left out of this. I was like, Dad, I gotta get this rap album right. It's by this dude named 50 Cent. He's been shot 9 times, and Connor knows every word. All right? And my dad was straight up. He was like, man, Jordan, you ain't getting that album, all right? You know, because your cousin Mike listened to that album, and then he sold drugs, and he went to jail. And I was like, fair. I understand my dad's just trying to be protective, but I just think it's messed up that rap is the only music we associate consequences with, you know? Because you never hear it the other way around. Dad, can I get Morgan Wallen's new country album? No, son, you can't get that album, because your Uncle Jeffrey listened to that album, and he stormed the Capitol. Proud to be American. My parents were strict. My parents were strict on me because their parents were strict on them, you know? Like, my dad was strict on me because his dad was strict on him, you know? My granddad, he had to make it out the mud, dude. He made it for himself. Started his own business when he was younger. He became a mortician. Straight up. My granddad owns a funeral home, and he owns a funeral home in the ghetto because he's a smart businessman. It's job security, bro. Funeral home in the ghetto. Every time I heard gunshots growing up, I was like, this is gonna be a good Christmas this year. This is that another drive-by? We are gonna get that PlayStation. It is gonna be all right. Every time I turn on the news, they be having these gun debates, like, we gotta do something about gun control, protect the citizens of America. I'd be like, yeah, but what about small business owners? Because some of us are trying to see Italy. The men in my life, they like weird jobs, you know. My granddad's a mortician. I talked to my stepdad not too long ago. He told me he went on this thing called a ride-along. A ride-along is when you call up your local police department and you ask them if you can ride along in one of the cop cars for the night just to see what it's like to be a police officer. That really has nothing to do with anything. It's just my way of telling you my stepdad is white. Only a white guy's gonna call up 911 and ask for the field trip division, you know, like. Black people ain't out here looking for the hands-on experience, you know. I want to take a ride along, I'll just walk home. Somebody will give me a ride. I don't do weird jobs like that. I mean, I know this is an unconventional job, but, it's fine. This job's cool. It's fine. It allows me to live, It's not lucrative yet, but I got some shit, Like, I just got my first, one-bedroom apartment in New York, which is yeah. Dude. New York is the only place you can say that and you get an applause break. Every other part of the country, we're like, yeah, what the fuck else would you live in? Goddamn, yeah. But you tell a New Yorker, I got a one-bedroom apartment by myself, and they're like, oh my God, does it have windows? You're like, yeah, it's 2 windows. It's just my window looks into the window of another sad dude, and every day we make depressed eye contact. No, I like my apartment. My apartment's cool, but I still have to get out of there and take mental health walks, because if you sit in your apartment too long, after a while you start hearing, do it. I'm not suicidal, but living all 7 days of the week is a little excessive. Can we agree? Can't we just get Monday and Tuesday the fuck out of there? Why are we alive on those days? That's ridiculous, It's just, you should be able to die for 2 days and just come back refreshed for the weekend. Right? Yeah. That'd be great, Like living is great. Being alive is great, When you're alive, you get to eat and fuck and travel, but all of that costs money, and the things that you have to do to make money, that's what makes me want to die, Right? Because you open your laptop and somebody's like, I hope this email finds you well. It didn't. It didn't. It found me stressed. I'm in debt. I have an apartment to pay for. I have bills. Why would it find me well? An email has never found me well. An email's never found me mid-blowjob covered in chocolate. Just damn, email. Oh my God. Shit, you found me at the perfect time. This is crazy. I'm so well. Fucking. God, it's just easier to be dead. I'm not saying I want to be dead. It's just easier, I don't want to be my dog, but then I look at my dog licking his balls, and I'm just like, man, you got it good, dude. Nobody bothers you, I look at death the same way I look at living in Canada, Yeah, every time I look at Canada, I'm like, that seems kind of nice, You got free health care and gun control. You can live in a little cabin off the grid. Then somebody's like, well, then why don't you move to Canada? It's like, dog, let's not be irrational, okay? You're talking crazy, bro. I don't want to be Canadian. I'm not going to learn a new anthem, It's I'm black. I don't even stand up for our national anthem every time, but, oh, calm down, white girls. That's your right. No, listen, I don't stand up for the national anthem every time, but, I got to admit, we got a banger, Our shit's still good compared to the other anthems, our anthem is just about explosions and the flag. That's it. Some guy was just standing out on a battlefield just oh my God, look at those rockets going off. Whoa, the bombs. Oh my God, the flag is still... Francis, write this down. The flag is still up. This is crazy. We're going to sing about this at every Olympics. I'll explain it later. You ever watch the Olympics and you hear some other country's shitty little anthem? They get first in some sport that doesn't matter, like twirling or whatever. Right? And they're up there on the podium. They're like, we love our country. It's a beautiful land full of beautiful people. We take care of the country. Then America's like, remember what we did to Britain? Pussy? Try that shit. Boy, we were fucking... And then we just fly F-15 fighter jets over a Little League baseball field. Is this what my taxpayer dollars are going to? Fix this fucking pothole. We're too much with the anthem, bro. We play it at every game. That's egregious, We play it even if your team sucks. No, make some trades. Fuck you. You don't get our national fight song, I don't think we should play the anthem at every game, bro. You should save it for the playoffs and the Olympics. You gotta treat it like grace, You say grace at Thanksgiving. Don't bless a Big Mac, nigga. Why? You ever go to lunch with somebody, they start praying over a number 2 combo, and you're like, what are you bothering God with right now? Like, he's not, that's going straight to the spam folder. He's dealing with parlays and pregnancy scares up there. You leave him alone. You pray when you shit on the toilet later at 2 a.m. Ever take one of those pitch black shits? You're so bad you gotta disrobe, like... Fucking shit. Just gripping onto the doorknob for leverage. Just looking at your reflection in the water like Simba and Mufasa. Just remember who you are. God damn it! Fucking quesalupa. I don't know if women do that. If a man has a shit life-threatening enough, we will get butt naked. We will disrobe. Just fucking sweating in the dark. The commercial was so convincing. No. Anyway. Nah, I'll live, you know. I'll live. I like being alive because I like to travel. I like to see shit, you know. I do. I went to London recently, which was dope. London's so cool. Yeah, London's cool. You know, London's just like every other big city. You know, they got homeless people that jerk off on the train. You know, but they're like polite about it. You know, they come and they're just like, sorry, I lost my cool there. No, I was walking around London. I was being a tourist. I wanted to learn some shit, so I went to the British Museum because I wanted to see what they stole. Everything, dog. Everything. The Brits are the best thieves in the world. They stole everything. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to see Egypt, don't go to Egypt. Buy a direct flight to London and go to the British Museum, because that's where Egypt is. All the artifacts are in there. Stevie Wonder's eyesight is in there. If they had room, there'd be pyramids in Piccadilly, I'll tell you that right now. It got so bad, I was walking around looking at everything. I was looking at all this stuff. I was like, man, all these tombs and artifacts and art and stuff. And I walked up to one of the people working there. I was like, excuse me, just a quick question. How y'all get away with stealing all this stuff? And they answered all Britishly, sir, we're not stealing, we're preserving. I was like, bitch, I've been robbed before. So I guess you wouldn't mind if I preserve a few things from this gift shop then, would you? I ain't afraid to get arrested in London. Are you serious? You ain't got no guns. You ain't got no criminal repellent. It's your stupid little Oliver Twist shoes. Your crooked teeth. Preserve some braces first, then talk to me. No. I like traveling. I like going to big cities, you know. I'm terrified of small towns. You know them like one stoplight towns, right? They're like, every Friday we meet down at the gas station and count each other. That's just terrifying, bro. I was in this small town recently. I was on the road and I was, you know, just walking around being a tourist and everything. And then I started getting a little nervous as I was walking because I didn't know if I was in like a safe part or not. You know, you ever get that feeling? You're like, oh, I gotta look for some signals, you know. And then I was walking. I saw somebody had a pride flag hanging on their porch, and I was like, oh, okay. We good. You know, like, all the fear washed out of my body in that moment, because ain't nobody gonna fuck you up in a neighborhood full of rainbows, you know? Like, at most, somebody might pop out the bushes like, like that's, you know? All right. Like, even if a gay gang tried to jump you, you could hear him snapping on the way out. You know, like, and there he is, boys. 5, 6, 7, 8. You're gonna have to lip sync for your life. I like that pride flag. I do. I'm not even gay. It just makes me feel safe. You know, because I grew up in the neighborhood I grew up in. I used to see a lot of Confederate flags all the time. You know, people that fly the Confederate flag, they're really proud about that shit. You know, they be like, "That's my heritage right there." Like that one. That sucks. It's like getting a tattoo of your divorce papers. You know what I like to see? I like when somebody's got a Confederate flag sticker on their truck right next to that Punisher sticker. You know, I'd be like, man, I bet his wife comes a lot. You know, I know what the fuck I'm doing, Carol. Shut the hell up. This is the way I do it. This is the way my daddy did it. This is the way his daddy did it. I have never seen my grandmother smile. Why is it so quiet in here? I got some granddads like that. I tell you what, the people that fly the Confederate flag, they do not like that pride flag, you know. I've talked to them before. I'll be like, why don't you like the pride flag? They'd be like, hey, come on now, buddy. Listen, you just can't put all those colors on one flag, man. All right? Can't be putting all those colors on one flag, have a rainbow waving around in the sky like that. Boy, you stare at that flag too long, after a while, it just make you want to suck a dick. It just make you want to hold a man and look him in the eyes. You know what I'm saying, brother? I pick on conservatives and all that. I'll pick on liberals too. Anybody can get these jokes, but I gotta give it to conservatives. They got a lot of merch. Their marketing team is killing it, bro. They got a flag for every occasion. You know, Trump flag, Blue Lives Matter, Confederate flag. It's just for a group that hates gay people so much. Making flags is gay as shit, dog. That's like, it's like suck a dick, make a flag ballet. Like, just watching all that Fox News, like, I'll take care of gay marriage myself. Where's my sewing machine? Just after this, I'm gonna have an anti-trans bake sale. These muffins are raspberry on the outside, but they identify as blueberry on the inside. Just you wait. I think I'm being honest with myself. I think I'm jealous. I think I'm jealous of both groups. You know, I'm jealous of the conservatives and the LGBTQA Disney Plus community because it costs $9.99 a month to be gay. I don't know if you know that. Just get to watch Lilo and Stitch though. No, I'm jealous of both groups because black people, we don't have a flag, bro. We don't have a popularized black flag to let you know you're in a black part of town. Even that Black Lives Matter flag, that ain't for us. That's for liberals. You know, liberals put that flag in they house to protect the house. You know? It's like when God told the Israelites to put the blood of the lamb over the door. You know? When we come through with that brick during riot time, we're like, hey, mother. All right, they good. They good. No, they good. No, don't do it. You know. I mean, dog, we do not have a popularized black flag to let you know you in a black part of town. You don't know you in the hood till it's too late. You be driving through like, damn, that's the third Popeyes I seen this. Siri, navigate to Whole Foods. Siri, can we find a Whole Foods? Chick-fil-A, Siri? You got a Chick-fil-A nearby anywhere? Pickleball court, Siri. Let's find a pickleball court, please. I notice that shit, bro. I notice it all the time because of where I grew up. I'm from the South originally. You know, I'm Southern. Nobody ever believes I'm from the South because I don't sound like a biscuit that came to life. You know. I have tricked a lot of hiring managers with this voice. A lot of phone interviews turn into in-person confusion. And manager come out with that clipboard like, Mr. Fisher, oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll reach our quota. Come on. No, I don't got that stereotypical Southern voice. You know, everybody thinks that if you're from the South, you guys sound like Patrick Mahomes. You know? Right, I can't be the only one that was confused the first time they heard Patrick Mahomes talk. So I'll never forget it. I was sitting on the couch just watching Sunday football, and you know it was after the game, and you know Patrick was on the sideline talking to one of them reporters, and she was like, "Patrick, you guys were down 14 points going into the third. You were down 23 going into the fourth. How'd you pull off the victory?" He's like, "Man, we just got down on that field, started throwing that ball. Made some offensive plays, some defensive stops. Travis Kelce and my brother. Hoorah! I was like, is this a redneck with a Jerry curl? Like, what the? How does Bruno Mars sound like Ricky Bobby? From there, bro. Nobody ever believes I'm from the South. Even Southerners don't believe I'm from the South. That annoys me. You know, because I got Southern friends to this day. I got redneck friends to this day, which I think is very important. If you black, you got to get you some redneck friends. You know, because white people be recruiting us all the time. You know, we got to turn the tables, even the score a little bit. You know, got to infiltrate a couple bonfires, pop open a Coors Light, get you a battle buddy. You know, you got to. You know, because if that revolution comes around, you need one person to be a representative, right? When they try scooping us up, he can be there like, no, not my buddy here. You can't take him. He makes a hell of mac and cheese. I can't lose that. Come on now. This gentleman right here taught me how to Dougie. My spice cabinet is full. You ever heard of paprika? I got one. I keep one on me. I got a redneck friend named Travis. Authentic redneck too, you know. I did the 23andMe, came back full Virginia. Right? And he looks the part too. He's got all the fixings, you know. Yeah. He's got the boots and the Carhartt jacket and that lifted truck with the nuts on it, you know. I'm like, oh, you verified, bro. That's their blue check, you know. Right? When they truck, they be like, boy, my truck is high and my nuts are low, goddamn. I sit next to God and I drag my balls across the chin of the devil every day. I will teabag Satan on a Sunday, you man. You know. Travis is my man. That's my boy right there. He's fun. Travis is fun. Rednecks are fun, bro. You know, rednecks are fun. They're more fun than my liberal friends. They really are. My liberal friends will invite me to go to a museum or some shit. That ain't fun. You know. Travis will invite me to go overthrow the government. You know. He'd be like, you want to go look at history or be a part of it? Come on. Like, all right. You know. But I swear, dog, every time I hang out with Travis, he's always questioning me about being from the South. He don't ever believe it. You know, last time I was hanging out, he was like, Jordan, you ain't from down here, buddy. I was like, what you mean, Travis? He's like, you don't do nothing the Southerner does. Let's be honest. You ain't got no accent. I seen you reading. I was like, what you want me to do about that? He's like, prove it to me. Come on. Let's see it. Do something a Southerner would do. Come on, show me. Do something only a Southerner would do. And I was like, all right, dog. So I just shot him. I ain't kill him, you know. That's my man, but, you know. I just gave him a little Trump ear piercing, that's all. You know. You know what I hate? I hate that there's so many conspiracy theorists now because I feel like they messed up the game, bro. You know? They messed up the bell curve because it's either you believe stuff or you in QAnon, right? And there's no, like, in between, right? Because at this point, I don't know if Donald Trump got shot or not, but I'm afraid to say that out loud because I don't want to sound like a flat earther, you know? But, you know, it's like we've seen Donald Trump enough to know that if he did get shot, he'd be talking about getting shot every week. They tried to kill me, folks, 2 times. No other president could survive a shooting like me. Nobody could. Lincoln couldn't survive a shooting, I tell you that. Lincoln died like a pussy. In the theater, gay. Ooh. This Trump sequel is a motherfucker, ain't it? The writers are really cooking with this one. This shit feels like Gremlins 2. I knew the sequel was gonna be crazy from the opening scene, you know? It's the inauguration day, because the cast was stacked, you know? He had all these rich tech billionaires up there, just Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk just look like the Avengers of autism. A lot of blinks, wasn't it? Why are all these tech billionaires at the inauguration, bro? It's like, you got $1 billion. Go away. What do you want, bro? Like, if I had $10 million, you'd never see me again. If I had $500,000, I'll block my mama. I don't care. Because Elon started us off with a bang. He forgot where he was for a second, On the inauguration, he got a little excited, He was up there and just out of nowhere, he's like, boom, pow! And everybody's like, yo! You are on national television. All right. And a lot of people got upset with Elon, rightfully so. And then there were some other people trying to defend him. They were like, come on, guys, you guys are acting crazy. Elon wasn't doing what you think he was doing. You're just gonna sit there and believe your eyes. Wasn't throwing out a Nazi salute. His autism was flaring up. Dog, I have never seen that episode of Love on the Spectrum. Here are my Pokemon cards and my trains, I don't know what Elon was doing in the White House to begin with. Like, why was he in there? He's not an elected official, right? Like, every time I turn on television, Elon was just standing next to Trump in the White House, just tweaking on ketamine, just downloading firmware updates. He looked like that alien on Men in Black, just sugar water. How many jobs are you gonna cut? More! I tell you, bro, every time Donald Trump gets some hot water, he always be bringing up Obama. For real. Anytime he gets questioned on some tariffs or, whatever it is, he be like, Obama was black. He was black the whole time. I don't know if you know that. And we like Obama because, he's got that, that presidential decorum and he carries himself well. And it's like, when they go low, we go high. But we forget, Obama's from Chicago, bro. And it's like, dog, I need you to be from Chicago for 35 seconds. I just envision a world where Trump is talking shit about Obama and then Obama just pops out like, hey, nigga, keep my name out your motherfucking mouth. Swear to God, boy. Michelle, get your arms ready. We're gonna choke the orange off this motherfucker. You can forget who I am. I killed Osama bin Laden. The irony about all of this is listen, let's be real. Donald Trump got elected as a direct backlash to Obama being president for 8 years, right? And, what's funny about that is everything that they thought Obama would do in his presidency, Trump is doing in his presidency. Trump got a couple baby mamas running around. Right? He's a convicted felon, right? Obama wasn't wearing a tan suit in court. He's on a list. Trump got a little list he's on. Right. He's trying to hide the list. It's like, hey, bro, we know you on the list. You got a lot of pictures next to the dude whose name is the list. You on the list. Stephen Hawking is on the list. So you definitely on the list. And if you sitting there thinking to yourself, which Stephen Hawking? Nigga, that Stephen Hawking. The one that looks like a pug, fuck the MacBook. That's a pretty good impression, right? I couldn't believe Stephen Hawking was on Epstein's island. I was like, come on, man. Stephen ain't out there doing nothing evil. They were probably just using his chair to charge the vibrators or something. Then I looked it up. Turns out Stephen was doing all the nasty shit that everybody else was doing. And listen, I'm by no means a victim blamer at all, but if you got diddled by Stephen Hawking, That's on you, dog. Like, he's the easiest one to get away from. Just all you gotta do is stand at the top of the steps.
Get down here, you bitch.
I'm telling you, bro, everything that they thought Obama would do is exactly what Trump is doing. One day I turned on the television and Trump was selling cars on the White House lawn. That's ghetto, bro. That's ghetto as fuck, dog. You selling cars on the White House lawn? You turn the White House into a used car lot? We're like 2 seconds away from Mitch McConnell getting wheeled out to be one of those.
Look at Mitch blowing so beautifully.
Everything they thought Obama would do, Trump is doing. You know, between the baby mamas and the court date, you know, he's got a mugshot. Obama was our first black president. Trump is our first nigga. Right. It's funny to see the black people like, yeah, that is. No. You know what the funniest part about this whole presidency is the fact that poor people still think Donald Trump is going to help them. He don't like you. You're poor. Rich people don't like poor people. Poor people don't even like poor people. I know that as a fellow poor. You know, because when you're poor and you live around other poor people, you just be looking around like, fuck. I'm one of you. Right? And I knew I was going to escape out of that. I told all my poor friends, I was like, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go perform and tell dick jokes to tens of people across the country. And they were like, go achieve your dreams, Jourdain. Make it happen for us. But never forget where you came from. The day you make it, never forget where you came from or forget about us. And I was like, nigga, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. You think I want to reminisce over these Ritz cracker sandwiches with y'all? No, I don't want to eat cinnamon sugar toast no more. I want a real cinnamon roll from a non-binary motherfucker named Dandelion. Goddamn, I want an $8 matcha that tastes like pond water. Post it on my Instagram stories. I be talking to my other friends that grew up poor. I was talking to one recently, and he was like, yeah, man, we were poor growing up, but I didn't know as a kid that we were poor. I was like, how? You ate hot dogs 4 times a week? I knew we were poor growing up. You know, my dad made sure that I knew we were poor growing up. Right? He wouldn't even tell me directly. We'd just be driving. He'd be like, I ain't got no money. I'd be like, hey, bro, those are inside thoughts. You got to keep that up here. You can't just hit me with your poverty Tourette's. What you doing? I don't judge poor people. I just don't like hanging out with them. You know, hanging out with poor people is stressful. You know, because poor people don't tell you what's not working in their house until it's too late. You know, they'll run out from around the corner. You didn't flush the toilet, did you? Yeah, I took a shit, so I flushed the toilet. And they get mad at you. Come on. You can't just flush the toilet. You gotta open the window first, close the window, take the tank lid off, bow, then flush the toilet. I didn't do any of that, so. That's why I don't like going to my dad's house now. You know, it's too stressful. Every time I go to my dad's house, I gotta learn in real time about what's not working. You know, last time I went to my dad's house, I walked in, it was pitch black in there. Completely dark, all the lights were off. The only thing I could make out in the darkness was a silhouette of 2 legs dangling from the ceiling. Right, I panicked. I was like, oh my God, this is not the way I wanted to become a homeowner. So I started crying. I was getting emotional. You know, I didn't want to turn the lights on and see this travesty for myself. I'm trying to get myself together. Then out of nowhere, the lights came on, and my dad was standing on the other side of the room, pure health, you know, clear as day. And he was like, what you doing? I was like, I'm crying. He's like, why are you crying? I was like, I thought you killed yourself. He's like, what? I was like, I thought you hung yourself. He's like, boy, nobody hang themselves. The dryer's broke. I'm drying my jeans. I thought I got a 3-bedroom, Dad. I tell you, my mind always goes to the worst possible place, you know. I think it's because of where I was raised, bro. Like, I was always stressed out as a kid. I used to get bullied a lot growing up, you know, because I went to this all-white high school, and people used to pick on me for my personality or whatever. But the kids there, they always used to say that I acted white. You know, every day they'd be like, you know, Jordan, for a black guy, you act pretty white. But really, what they were trying to say is, as a black dude, I don't act like this black stereotype that they have in their mind of a black person that they've never really hung out with in the first place, you know? Because if I was acting white, I would have shot up that school a long time ago. That's like the whitest thing you can do, dog, is come to school with a bowl cut and a gun. Just like, all right, Whitey's here. They're like, no, you're not white. I'm like, yeah, I am white, though. They're like, no, you're black. Please, just act black. I tell you what, I really did go to this all-white high school in North Carolina. That's where I was raised. And right before I started going to school, I went to orientation with my mom, right? And she took us, the guidance counselor took us on a tour through the entire school, showed us all the classrooms and things like that. Then she gets us back to her office. She closes the door behind her, and she's like, you know, it's really nice that you guys are going to be attending the school this year. Just want to give you a little heads up, Jordan, before the school year starts. Just got to let you know, the school is 2%. You know, me and my mom looked at each other. We were like, what you talking about, girl? The milk? And she was like, no, sweetie, no. It's 2% minority. And we were like, oh, okay, yeah. And she was like, yeah, so when I leave, it'll be 1%. And then it's up to you. Good luck, young man. And she was right, bro. It was 2% down to the staff, even the substitute teachers, you know. I remember I had this sub there named Miss Hunt. Now, Miss Hunt was this ambiguous age between like 83 to 4,000 years old. Right. And, you know, when you got a sub, all the kids get on the same page. You know, they're like, all right, we got a sub. You know the assignment. We got to make this bitch cry. All right. You know, but Miss Hunt was unfazed, you know, because she's seen so much in her life. She's been part of the Revolutionary War and the Civil War and Great Depression and all that shit. So, you know, she ain't gonna be afraid by a bunch of 14 and 15-year-olds. So, but the day before Miss Hunt subbed, the teacher had moved around our seating chart a little bit, and it moved my seat, but forgot to print out the new seating chart. So Miss Hunt's taking roll. She's calling all of the names of my classmates, and then she gets to me and she's like, "Are you Jourdain Fisher?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." She goes, "You're not in your seat." I said, "I am in my seat." She goes, "According to this chart, you're not." I said, "I don't know about the chart, Miss Hunt, but the teacher moved our seats around the other day. She must not have printed out the new one for you, but I'm in my assigned seat." And she goes, "Okay, sure." Yeah. And she takes a chair and she drags it all the way to the very back of the classroom, sits me down in it, leans in and says, "I don't trust your kind." You know, and one of the redneck kids shot up and said, "Hey, you can't talk to that nigga like that." And that's why I keep Travis around. All right. You guys were a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Thank you, New York. Thank you. You guys were a lot of fun. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.